Yeah, marvelous. Okay. Yeah, I'm on my Frank Lucas shit. 3-piece suits, Valentino cufflinks, LV shoes. I bring the shorty closer, just enough to feel the gun on the holster. Out on the balcony, feeling on the breeze. City skylines, we're puffing on some trees. Cup of Henny on the rocks with the soda. Maybach, front of the building with the chauffeur. And he waiting on me, got an umbrella in his hands and my name in the seats. No gift, baby, no thanks, no chinchillas, baby. So what happened to Frank? No phone calls, transactions hand in hand. Give the drugs to Rick, the money to Benny Banks. Talk to Craze and he talks to me. Keep my business out the streets, it's the ART.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Rick H. Mi gente, bienvenido to the Rick H Show.
Spanglish?
Okay, yeah. Yes. I was so delayed.
It's all fake, don't worry about
it. It's all fake. I'm joined today. My brother's here, Benny Banks.
Yo, I'm in the building. What's good, huh?
That's it. That's all we got.
That's all you get.
Craze Boogie is here.
I'm here. Thank you guys.
That's also.
I'm here.
That's it.
Low key today. We don't want to get in trouble today.
Okay. So, our guest today is from Orange is the New Black, The Long Road Home,
Ooh.
Plátanos and Collard Greens,
Ooh.
Blue Bloods,
Ooh.
Royal Paints, Turn Washington Spies, and some other film that is not here yet. Karina Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Now, let me embarrass her real quick. I went to college with her, and she's like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Karina." I was like, "Yeah, we went to school together." And she's like, "Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry." No, I didn't.
You changed, bro.
Stardom, it's crazy. It just
the memory loss.
She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I worked on Netflix. What have you done?" I'm only kidding.
Hold on a second, that ain't true.
Shots.
I'm only kidding. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh my God, thank you for having me.
And today we're sponsored by Dykeman Beer Company.
Yes.
I knew the name.
Yes.
My favorite summer ale, hybrid summer ale.
Wow.
Justin, can we zoom?
It's your favorite.
That's your favorite?
My favorite summer ale.
Favorite. He only drinks this.
Favorite.
He only drinks this.
That's number one?
So there's other flavors
It's
too.
made with water straight from Highbridge.
So,
from the pool?
Wow.
From the pool, right?
I think we
from
just...
Highbridge pool.
They just lost some sales because of that.
From the natural springs on the Highbridge pool.
Oh, man. I got a Belgian.
I got some stories in there.
Suave IPA.
Ooh, what's the last one?
What's the last one in there?
I already said it. You just put her up. So we have a full house tonight because she's kind of famous, you know. She doesn't know anybody. So let's start with the first question. Who is Karina Ortiz?
Karina Ortiz is a human being.
Is that your real name?
She is. It is my real name. Actually, my entire name, since you asked.
No, you gotta drop it now. You mentioned that shit.
It's Karina Estela Ortiz Tamburini.
Stop.
Let's go.
What's your last name?
G-Code is in the building, her older brother. Is that true, bro?
G-Code,
That is true.
All right.
She can't lie today, folks.
I cannot.
Her older brother's here.
That's true.
So, Karina Ortiz.
Yes.
Were you born here in the U.S.?
I was not. I was born in Dominican Republic.
Let's go.
Wait.
Wow.
Where?
Yeah.
What part? You know, I'm from New York. Where in New York?
Right,
I'm from DR. What part of DR?
I was born in the capital, Santo
Okay.
Domingo. Ooh. And I asked my mom today what the neighborhood was called because people always ask me and I just never know the neighborhood.
What is
Urbanización Central, I believe.
No, come on, Gico. Come on, Gico.
Real.
Urbanización Real.
So they had money. Nah,
Definitely not.
Real.
just by the name of the town.
Word up. Shout out
It sounds
Los
fancy.
My family's from Moca. Like, you could tell that's a campo.
That's what's up.
So,
Right.
That sounds like a resort.
you were born in DR.
Yes, I was.
Your
born
older
in
brother's
DR.
here.
Yep.
So tell me a little bit about your family and your life.
Okay, well,
Give us some insight.
some insight.
Stuff that you don't give in regular interviews.
Oh, okay.
What you trying to get at?
I don't know what he's trying
All right, so I came here when I was 5.
Okay.
Because my younger brother has cerebral palsy. That was really the reason why we came here, because there was just absolutely there's no services like that for people with special needs like that. No, not at all. Okay. So that was really the reason. But growing up in DR, oh, here's something that I haven't said in an interview. The lights obviously go out in DR all the time.
Oh yeah.
So I'll give you like a little visual of se fue la luz.
Okay.
And one time se fue la luz. And I was upstairs, and we had these like marble staircases.
As
marble
every other house
in DR. And so the lights went out, and I'm like, oh, let me go downstairs. Or at the time in Spanish, dame bajar, come on, mi papi.
In that same voice?
In that same voice,
Wait,
that was the
how old were you in
voice.
this?
I was probably like
5, she said, 4 or 5?
Probably 5-ish.
Oh,
Yeah. And I tumbled down the stairs. And I busted my chin. So I have a scar from that. I went to the emergency room. That's like one of the earliest memories that I have.
Was Brugal the what do you call that?
Whoa.
The when they numb you out so they can stitch you up? Come on,
anesthesia?
Chris. Anesthesia. Was Brugal the anesthesia?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
No me diga que los médicos se muero. It was like that rough, right? But that was like one of the earliest memories I have of DR over there. But I think growing up there, I used to love it. So when I came here, I was like, what is this place? It's disgusting and it stinks.
You serious?
I still remember the first Bronx building I went into, which one of my aunts lived in, and I remember the smell. And anytime I go into like a pre-war building,
give us the
smell
smell in words.
What is it?
It's not like a
the palate?
bad smell, but it's like musty.
Like sweat.
Musty's not that bad. I mean, I smelled
I've
musty
been
in
doing
the
laundry for like 2 weeks.
It's not a mocato smell. You know, like
Wait,
it
hold
was
on
a mocato, but
wait.
Translate that one for us.
You got it. You know when you hit something in Spanish, you got to
especially
translate it.
Dominican Spanish.
Yeah.
I've explained mocato to a couple of people before. Mocato is like when you have, I don't know, like a swimsuit or a wet towel that you leave in like a plastic bag.
It does not sound good.
And you forget about it for a while, then you smell it, and it's that smell.
Mildewy, musty. Okay.
And there's no better word to describe that, because in English it's like, oh, musty or moldy. No, it's mocato.
Mocato.
Like, you know.
That's too close to the town where I'm from, so I'm not really.
Maybe that's where it came from. I don't know.
Moscato wine.
If you got that from DR, that's exactly where it came from.
Exactly.
That's a jab, Rick.
Bro, you're my younger brother, so we're from the same town. So
yeah, I know. And when I went there,
did it smell like
had
mocato?
shoes.
It didn't smell like mocato out there.
Because that's how we rock, bro.
No, but there was barely any houses. Like the houses, they didn't have no doors.
Right, yeah,
and the kids, they were playing
that's because we're
baseball.
inviting. We like to let, people
yeah,
are allowed to come in.
That's right.
The food was good.
We're a loving people.
I don't know how. But the kids were playing like baseball with rocks and like broomsticks.
So
that's
what's wrong with that, bro?
That's the best thing.
What's wrong with that is when they asked me to play, I was trash because I can't hit a rock with a broomstick.
That's because you was born here. That's why.
Practice.
The best players are doing that. That's how they learn.
Practice.
So you transitioned to live in New York City. You first moved here to the Bronx.
Yeah.
Very briefly. Very briefly.
Yo, shout out to Bronx. No more Bronx slander.
You could drop one more. Drop one more, please. Just because he said that. She's from the Heights, y'all. So born and bred.
I grew up in the Heights.
And if you're from Wash Heights, you're going to know what this is from the Deuce. So if you know what the Deuce means,
Dirty Deuce?
you know where it's at. Wait, hold on. Damn, why you got to throw jazz in here?
Isn't that what they called it?
Nah.
It's because I brought up the mocato.
That's
And
what I
now our
heard.
mind is just thinking about stinky New
Dirty
York.
and shit. All right.
We say Deuce 172nd.
Okay.
Haven.
Yeah, I lived in the Bronx briefly, and then I grew up in Washington Heights, and then eventually moved back to the Bronx.
See?
So my question now is, when did you find out that you wanted to get into the arts as far as music and acting? Because you do music as well.
Yeah, I haven't, been singing as much as I was before when I was pursuing like musical theater.
Stay tuned for the song that's going
Musical
up.
Musical theater?
Yeah, but what was the question?
Whatever you wanted to be.
It's a mojito.
Let's rephrase it. When did you learn that you wanted to get into the arts? Music and theater. or movies?
Okay, yeah, honestly, like the earliest memory that I have as a child is wanting to perform.
Okay.
And like one of the memories that really sticks out to me is Se fue la luz, and I was in Barahona. Is this good?
Damn, she broke the mic already. I don't think she's done.
Yahtzee.
Yes, thank you, Barahona. Everyone's from Santiago. Yes.
No, there's some capitaleños back there, but I don't associate with them myself sometimes.
Yeah, but no, it was in Barahona. I wonder if Gio, if you were there for this, but
he was there for everything.
I think, well, I was a recruiter, and I was really young, and we were at my grandmother's house, and the lights went out, the electricity went out. Yes, I recruited my cousins to like put on shows. So like the lights went out, and I was like, let's do a fashion show. And with the limited amount of pieces that we had, I would like have like short shorts and like stuff my t-shirts in it, and that was a swimsuit. Baller. So that is like my earliest memory of just like trying to get people in my life involved in this thing that I wanted to do. But I had no idea like what it was. This is just what I wanted to do naturally, and like throughout my life, it just kept kind of occurring in my life. So it's something that
shout out
like
to the plane flying up above right now. It's probably gonna come on the mic.
Memories, me and my teddy bear coming through here.
Oh shit.
Which, by the way, someone asked me in an interview once, like, so you know, like, how did you, get to U.S. blah blah blah, and I was like, on a plane. And I was so serious, like I was just like, like on a plane. I think they meant something else.
No, they were waiting for that. Oh my God, I got here on a boat. in a
Dominicans
makeshift raft.
Right,
Dominicans
true.
all come in planes. I don't know.
It was a weird question.
But it's a theory.
I think they meant something else, but I was like on a plane, and I was really serious when I answered the question, and they just burst out laughing, and I was like, huh?
Because they were probably trying to get like, give me the drama, girl. Okay, tell me how rough it was.
I was like on a plane.
I'm from Santiago. I'm from La Capital. We have money.
Probably. But yeah, I just have like random memories of things. Like my cousin's father bought a video camera, and it was for him.
Old joint.
Yes, exactly, with like the actual cassettes.
With the cassettes
exactly.
inside.
Yeah, and
Everybody had those.
You have to be brolic to take videos.
Yeah, and you know what? I saw that, and I knew it was like for him to like start memories with his family, and I'm like, I'm recruiting people to like record stuff, right? So we recorded like a short that we named La Loca de Nueva Jersey.
So it will be up on the website as soon as I get hands on that footage.
Yeah.
What was the premise of La Loca de Nueva Jersey? I want to know.
So the premise was that I was a mom at 12.
Nice.
And I had 3 daughters. 2 of them were about, 6, 7 years old. The youngest was about 3
I
years old.
don't think this would get picked up as a pilot, just so I can put you.
Hell yeah.
I'm just, it kind of sending the wrong message.
I'm with the vision.
Thank you. It was my vision, though. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And I don't know, there was a crazy woman where we were like, I was at work, and this crazy loca from New Jersey came to the house and like terrorized my kids, and then I came home and I was like,
now I know definitely this shit would have never been on TV.
No, it was.
I think people from New Jersey.
That was my debut, though. Yeah.
That was your debut.
That was my video debut.
Now let me ask you a question. Your folks.
Yes.
As all Dominican parents, I know Jico's here. Sometimes when I was born up and raised, I had a dream of what I wanted to do, but in reality, what I should have done, they're 2 different things.
Right.
So we have a modern mom in the audience. Her son wanted to be an actor, so she supported. My youngest brother wanted to be an actor. My mom supported us. I'm sorry, Mom, I love you. Yeah, but what I mean is,
why are you talking shit about your mom, bro? Your mom?
My mom supported me no matter what. But my mom said she had a dream of me being like some lawyer with a suitcase or whatever. And in reality, if you know me, that's the far off. Did your parents, did they have the support system for your vision, or did they tell you, you know what, you need to go to school, you need to get a bachelor's, el diploma lo quiero aquí en la pared.
Ya tú sabes.
Después de eso tú puedes hacer lo que tú quieras. Was that the way they parented you?
Or? Like a Cuban mom.
No, that's how all Latino parents.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, In college, I mentioned to my mom that I wanted to, like I seriously mentioned it to my mom when I was about 12 or 13. And she said that we just weren't born into that kind of family. Yeah, so there I was, and I was like, all right, that's not gonna happen. But nonetheless, I still.
You, though,
yeah.
Honestly, what your mom was saying makes sense, though. As a Latino family, when you come to the U.S., there's certain things that you guys need to accomplish. There's certain luxuries you might not have. So everybody gotta play their position and do the role.
Right.
So I get that.
I get it too, especially as an adult. Like, your parents want the best for you. There's like this fear of like, are they going to be okay when I pass, et cetera, et cetera. So of course, you know, me bringing this up to her was like, that's nice, but that's not going to happen. And I found out later on in life that my mom actually wanted to be an actress and a singer.
Wow. Really?
But, you know, I'm sure
the tools weren't there for her.
Right, exactly. Okay. And I mean, you know, when we came here, she was working like 3 jobs, cleaning offices all day. She, you know, like she didn't have the funds to like put me in acting classes. So I did random things like, if PAL had a free acting class, I would do that.
Hey, shout out PAL.
Shout out to PAL from 3 former. I mean, it might be giving up, but these 3 guys right here for 5 summers.
What?
We held y'all down.
Came through.
We held y'all down, especially Manhattan.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really tough industry to get into, so
it is. I get it. At the time, that didn't occur for me though. I was like, my parents don't believe in me. They don't, you know, like it was just like they hate you. They don't believe in me. Like I want to do this, and I just didn't feel supported. But now it's like, oh, they really I understand. And so in college, I was pursuing business administration because that's like what my dad was doing.
What college is that, by the way? I'm sorry.
City College.
Yo, shout out Kenny. Shout out those Top and Chow checks.
Yes.
Let me just say something.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to a private school to get a good education.
Hell no.
City College and all the Lehman, Junior, all the CUNYs.
100%.
John Jay, all the CUNYs. The competition to get in now is insane because
they're great.
Nobody has $20,000 a semester. So
just have good.
don't worry about it saying Fordham on your degree. As if it says City College, if you can, don't get in debt. Please.
Oh God.
We'll do that.
Unless you have to.
That was a good PSA, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm just saying, shout out to City College.
Yo, shout out City College.
So what did you do there? You started business administration at City College?
I was doing business administration. At the time, I really wanted to pursue singing. Like singing was something that I just connected to since I was little. Like I think in songs. Like anyone who hangs out with me, I have a song for everything. That's
really?
I really do.
What's your taking out the garbage song?
Let's see.
Go.
Wait!
1, 2, 3, 4. Taking out the garbage.
No, it has to be. I could do that. Sometimes I do improv.
Go.
Taking out the garbage and it really smells, but it's okay because I don't want the smell in my house.
There you go.
I like that one.
That could have been a commercial right there.
Oh, yeah.
I should do tunes for the commercial.
I named the episode The Triple Threat. She's an actress. She does sing. She's not. I don't think you've done it lately. And then she's like, "What's the third thing?" Like I was like, "You could do other. This a third. You know, modeling, dancing. What?" It's like, no. I'm just an actress and a singer.
I've done modeling in the past.
Yeah. So then my name makes sense. Did you like the name?
It makes sense.
It's part of her resume.
Right?
So there you go. The Triple Threat.
My resume. No, like resume for acting is totally separate. So for me, it's just...
You got like 5 IMDb's.
But they don't do that much anymore. They don't actually take physical stuff anymore. They do everything digitally. Yeah.
Really? That's a good ass question, actually. What does a acting resume look like?
It has your face, your headshot, and then it has like stuff you've done, whether it's like theater.
But is it like a resume format, or do you just be like, "Yo, this is my"? You send an email.
No,
do you
have it in
supervisor at McDonald's, extra in the Heights.
You don't want to put put like your strongest stuff on there.
Right.
Like after a while, you start removing stuff. The same as like with any professional resume, you just kind of start removing stuff that you don't need.
So I can't put in there like PAL, you know.
I wouldn't put PAL as part of my training anymore. Yeah. But I'm very grateful for that. I just didn't really learn anything that I held on to.
So you want to be like? Did you want to do like music theater?
Musical theater?
Did you want to do musical theater?
Sadly, it just wasn't a thing. Like my mom didn't have the funds to take me to musical theater.
Back,
right, we're circling. Yeah, and I think
she got to City College. She's here. Business administration.
Musical theater, man.
Oh yeah, no, like the show that I saw was because the school took us there. It was like La Boheme or something. Yeah, and that was pretty much the extent of it, other than like Disney movies and stuff. So it wasn't like, oh, let me do musical theater until I was in college. And when I finally, circling back, when I was like, you know what, I've always wanted to do this. Let me just take a risk. Yeah. Because I'm gonna regret this for the rest of my life. And so I first started doing it because I was terrified of being in front of people. Terrified of being in front of people. I know I picked the best job for that. Yeah. But then, so I took like an acting course just to like feel comfortable in front of people. Right. And then I was like, oh wait, I can sing and I can act and I can do it at the same time. Yeah. Like, okay, cool. And so that's when I really went for it.
So were you in musicals in like
I did some musicals in college.
What?
Yeah. Which one? The Life, Anything Goes. What else? You guys are, I don't know.
And do you have any songs from one of those?
Well, her music.
Give me a little clip.
Let me get to the music in a second.
No, you want like a performative, like.
You want to perform right now.
I kind of, yeah.
So
I want to do like a duet.
I know that after college.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, I'll write the record. Not right now, though. Not right now. Hold on. Let me go into what I was gonna say.
Yes.
You just took the mic off, so it's cool.
I can be. That's what it looks like right now.
There you go. This guy watched A Star Is Born too many times. So after City College, and let's plug this mic right back in. So after City College, you did Plátanos and Collard Greens.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Was that the first, like, oh my God, I'm here?
Or that was my first, like, New York gig. Because when I graduated from college, I had, like, a musical theater
reading.
College,
what up? Gang.
I had, like, a musical theater reading in Vermont. That was my first actual job that I got right out of college. And then I did Plátanos and Collard Greens for, like, 4 years. And yeah,
who were you in Plátanos and Collard Greens? And what is Plátanos and Collard Greens?
So Plátanos and Collard Greens is an off-Broadway show.
Okay.
That's been around, when I was in it, I think it was around for 9 years. So it's been around for a really long time at this point. Okay. And it's kind of like a modern day West Side Story. And it's a love story between a Dominican girl and an African American guy. And just kind of like the challenges that they face, especially with the mom being kind of racist. And then like, there's a lot of history involved in the show. In terms of like, even just like Dominican history, and our ancestry and stuff like that. And so it was a really great experience. I got, no.
He's African American.
African American, yeah.
Oh no.
She just legit
I'm sorry.
What happened?
It's okay.
Because we were talking about the Haitian and Dominican thing earlier.
Anything that Benny does
Yeah.
or says is excusable on the show.
What?
That's who Benny Banks is.
You're great, man.
We love you.
I'm great.
You're amazing. So let me ask you a question. You did Plátanos and Collard Greens, right?
Yeah.
And then you graduated college, and you're like, I'm gonna be an actress. I'm gonna be a singer.
Wait, who's that?
What? This is Karina's voice. That's if you don't know her, that's exactly how she talks.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna make this shit happen.
Yeah. This is my fake voice. Rick knows my real voice from college.
So,
sound very similar.
Nah, that's right.
what was your first what was the first moment? I mean, I know you did something with Lynn.
Yeah.
But what was the moment where you were in like a movie or a television show where you were like, okay, I'm actually, this is it. Like I'm doing something.
You made it.
Yeah.
I think my first TV project was with Lynn. Lynn reached out to me and asked if I wanted to audition to play his sister on a new show.
Like you're his sister.
Well, I guess that's why he reached out. And he asked if I wanted to audition to play his sister, and I'm like, nah, because it was on Facebook. Like he hit me up on Facebook.
Hold on a second. And this is not this is not Hamilton. This is In the Heights before In the Heights drops. So
yeah. And so I was thrilled, to say the least, when he hit me up. And I auditioned for it. I booked it, and that was my first legit TV show. With the trailer. With the trailer.
Somebody doing makeup on you.
They asked me what I wanted for breakfast, and I was like, "What can I have? I don't know."
What'd you have for breakfast?
Mango.
I wish that. All right, they didn't have no mango, but that would have been dope.
That would have been dope.
No tres golpe. Oh my god.
I did probably some eggs.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll.
The thing is, I didn't know to the extent
it's one word,
the
bacon,
amount
egg,
of
and
food
cheese.
that they had. So I was like, eggs and toast. Ooh. I was so I don't know. Can I have this? Maybe that? Maybe a coffee? Now it's like, yes, I'll have a slice of avocado and
so you have a writer now.
Avocado.
Wait. You have a writer? You're like, yo, if y'all want me on this. But you just said it. You're like, if you want me on the show or this movie, read this shit first.
I want 3 avocados.
And a bowl of green
I need 7 pounds of mango in a pot.
Yes.
I need salami, I need cheese, and I need eggs. All done. Nicely done. I want some passion fruit juice in a fountain spewing out of the fountain.
You know what?
All the time.
That's exactly what I would do. Even if I was a little bit famous.
I'm hurting because I'm like, damn, they didn't have mango. I'm hurting. Now we gotta create that.
So next gig you book.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm sorry for your agent and your manager, but next gig you just be like, listen, I ain't signing no contract to the mangoos on the set.
That's right. For everybody, no? For everybody. Mango for everybody.
Nah, fuck everybody. You gotta think of you, Karina.
That's true.
I like to share.
So after Plátanos and Collard Greens and the show you did with Lynn, what was the next? I mean, I know what it is, but what was the next show you did after that?
I think it was it Blue? I don't remember the order because those were
so Hollywood now.
Definitely not.
So many things.
It's like, oh my god, it's just.
Give her the order.
I've done
Look
so
at my
many
IMDb.
things.
The shit is
I've
there.
done so many things. Can you just tell me what that is?
I mean, you've been on Royal Pains. You've been on Blue Buds. You've been on a show called Turn, which is awesome. It's on AMC. You also been on The Long Road Home, which is on the History Channel, and I think
Nat Geo Channel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nat Geo Channel, and you also were on Orange Is the New Black. I don't know if people ever seen that show. It's on something very small called Netflix. You gotta subscribe to see the shit. It's exclusive.
Yeah.
The show's barely seen. Nobody watches it. But what is OITNB? Because that's the hashtag.
Yeah, I guess that would be the next show that
That's literally
really
you did a show with Lynn and then you did that.
No, I did the other.
Why are you doing our show? That's my question.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
You go from Lynn to that and that,
Wait, Lin-Manuel?
Yes.
So I gotta. You guys been talking? That's been Lin-Manuel the whole entire time.
This whole time, bro.
Really?
You just checked in, bro?
No.
So what happened with In the Heights? Did he hit you up for that one?
I did. Yeah.
He hit you up?
Oh my god.
So what happened?
Benny,
I auditioned. I was not in it. Oh, yes, the movie, the film.
You're in the Heights, the movies?
No, I'm not.
What about the show? Why he didn't hit you up? Why
He hit me up, man. He hit me up, and I auditioned, and I got called back, and then the show was no more, and so.
For those of you who don't know,
wait, that's a good story. So he called. What was it again?
What interview are you doing?
What?
You want to interview Lin-Manuel?
The attack on Lin-Manuel.
Yeah,
I wasn't attacking him.
Why are you talking about Lin-Manuel?
I wanted to know.
He wants context. It's cool.
Yeah,
okay.
She worked with him.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
He did In the Heights.
Yeah.
Okay.
He hit you up.
Yeah.
You auditioned.
The play. Let's say the play.
Yes,
the
musical. Well,
the musical.
Yeah. So I did audition. I got called back a few times. But that was kind of near the end.
What role were you auditioning for?
I was being considered for Nina and Vanessa. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Very
I
good.
related a lot to Nina because she was like the first one that went to college, etc., etc. And I was like, oh, they wrote that kind of about me.
Then, so whoever you casted for Nina, I think we're gonna have to do a recast.
Do it.
Is that Derek? Who is that?
No, that's Marcus.
Oh, okay, Marcus.
Get in here,
Come on
bro.
inside.
Get inside.
Come in, bro.
Come on inside. You can find a space somewhere. Thank you. So, you jumped to Orange is the New Black already. We didn't. We skipped Blue Bloods, Royal Pains. None of those things matter.
Those were they mattered because they gave me experience. They really taught me what it was like to be on set, to be around all sorts of like people, the different kind of roles that everybody plays and stuff like that. So that was really great. It prepared me. I mean, you get that experience, and then you get a role like what you get on Orange is the New Black, and you have that kind of under your belt. So I'm grateful for all the roles that I've worked on, really.
Now, tough question. Hold on, Chris, before you ask
I
that.
have one question about Blue Bloods.
Wait. Give him the question.
Hold on. Let me get this question.
No. Let him get the question first.
Good show, bro.
All right. So, Chris, go ahead.
I have a simple. I just wanted to know Tom Selleck's mustache.
Tom Selleck's mustache.
Oh, I didn't work
Blue
with
Bloods.
Tom Selleck.
Do they like dye it, or is it like what?
That I wouldn't.
That is a good legit question, because Tom Selleck has one of the OG amazing mustaches. Shout out to Tom. We love the
Shout out to his
stash.
mustache.
Shout out his mustache.
Only his mustache.
Forget that.
We may need to Google that one.
Just Tom stash. So
I just don't want to be disillusioned like when we found out Steve Harvey.
First of all,
I just don't want.
I still
don't
have.
that.
Hold on a second.
Wait, what?
I still get chest palpitations.
So
That was not his shape up.
Was not real.
It was fake. It was fake.
that was a fake.
I hope your beard is real.
What about
Steve.
his mustache?
We don't know. Jury's still
Oh
out.
my
I
god.
don't know.
But let me ask you a question. So you've done all these shows. I mean, you played Margarita, and then you end up playing. Do you get typecast as, oh, you'll be the Latin woman or the Hispanic woman? Does that bother you, or are you up for it, or is there a role? After you answer that question, is there a role that you would like to play? Also,
Good question.
Well, I feel like there's been a lot more variety in roles that have opened up within the last few years. Because when I first started, it was like
drop
nothing.
one that's not out. Drop one
In terms of
right now. Something that is not boxing you in that you're excited about.
stuff I've auditioned for.
Stuff that you've auditioned or you might have gotten.
I've auditioned for so many things, and I'm not sure how to answer. They've been like
friends go
women
Hollywood,
in power. Oh God. Yeah, right. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You gotta repeat the question.
That's like a 90s.
I don't know what. That's a character I'm gonna play someday.
I didn't know you worked for Al Capone. So.
That's Karina in the Bronx in like 1996.
Listen, when I first started auditioning, I mean, I was like, there's nothing for me. What do I need to do? Do I need a nose job? Do I need to like wear contacts? Do I need to dye my hair blonde? Do I need to use like Tamburini as my last name so they think I'm Italian? That's how it felt for me.
Wow.
Like, so they would think I'm Italian or something. And now it's like, there's a lot of things that have been opening up. But what I am noticing is that we still have to write our own stories.
Right.
Like, we really have to create our own stuff.
I feel like it's good though that we write our own stories.
I think that's great.
You know,
but we haven't felt like we had the power.
That's true.
Right.
And now we have.
I mean, you got that shit now.
Yeah.
Me too.
What are you talking about?
What's going on?
I'm just saying, honestly.
What was the
So us also.
That is a separate
No,
conversation.
it's not a separate conversation. First of all,
I'm not.
there's two layers to it. I'm gonna go over it. There's two layers.
Zoom in on me real quick. I'm not part of this.
Okay.
I'm
not gonna clean it up. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I mean. There's two layers to it, right? First of all, women in Hollywood. In Hollywood, and when I say Hollywood, I mean movies and television shows.
Okay.
Did not get the proper respect or pay that they deserve. That's one. Two.
Okay.
The U.S. I'm gonna tie it into sport right now, but it's just a comparison, right? The women, the U.S. soccer team has won the title 4 times. They're getting 90,000. Right.
Damn.
While the men, if the men win, bum-ass men's soccer team.
Whoa.
I'm gonna say that. Never made the finals. If they win, they get 500,000.
Oh wow! I didn't know the number.
Now,
that's a good ass question.
That's a good.
That's a really good.
Honestly, that is a good question. But I am for. I am honestly for. There's a table. Everybody should be allowed to give a suggestion, an opinion. Should write a show. Should do. There's more than one point of view in this world. And honestly, I was so glad that happened. That movement. It gave women a space and a time to like, yo, we can do the same shit you do. And it's not to get points or anything like that, but it's like, honestly, as a Latino man, I felt not the same way because it was different for women. It's just a certain seat at that table. We gotta make that seat. And for them, it was even worse. So I'm 100% happy that it happened. And those women on the U.S. soccer team, I'm not bringing it to that, but they need to get paid their money. Because I don't think that's right. One. Two, if we're filming a movie right now and I'm getting paid X amount of money and then Karina's getting paid X amount of money, meanwhile Karina's got to do other scenes that I'm not involved in or stuff like that, and maybe she produced or maybe she wrote. Like, I just feel like we need to open our mind. I get it. Diversity and inclusion. This show is all about that. So that's just my piece on it. That's just my piece on it. So back to my original question is: do you feel that because you're Latina, do you get boxed into that role, and does it bother you? That's my real thing. Does it bother you?
There have been roles that I've auditioned for that I've felt. I don't really want to do this because of that. But there have been a lot of roles that I've felt empowered by.
Okay.
Like a lot of women in power, that kind of thing. And again, I think things are really like changing now. And I think also we're noticing that, like I was saying, we can also create our own things. I mean, look at like Insecure. It started off as, you know, something that was a web series, got picked up, Broad City, etc., etc.
I think it's something that you said is interesting because it's like writing our own stories. You got, like, now there's not just
you don't want to.
There's not a one-dimensional Latina.
That's
right. Yes, and you don't want to stay stuck in a box, and you also don't want to put yourself in a box and look at the world like, well, this is the box that they're putting me in, and this is. These are my options. Like, you are not in a box. Like, where's the box at? You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it?
Only
like,
in your mind. If
it's in your mind. Absolutely in your mind. And so, I think I'm also at a place where, like, I realize that I don't have to audition for everything.
Okay.
Just because it's like, oh, they're looking for Latinas. I'm at a place where I do want to create my career and what that looks like to me. So
and what is that? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Ideal role. You mentioned that question.
What is that? What is the role? I mean, Disney just casted a African American black woman to play Jasmine, which I think is
Ariel.
I'm sorry, wrong movie. That's Aladdin. Ariel, which I think is perfectly fine. It's cool. I'm cool with it. If Idris Elba played James Bond, I'll be 100% cool with it because he's an OG. So, what is the role that you've envisioned that you would like to play?
I don't think I have one in
particular. You have the unlimited budget and you're writing the script. So.
What kind of movie would you write, though?
Okay, well,
rom-com?
There's a lot of stories I want to tell, but I would like to do a rom-com. I would like to do a rom-com. One of my passion projects is to tell stories kind of like around people with special needs, because if we think that we are underrepresented, people with special needs are like not there, and that I think that would be my passion project. In terms of like the role that I like to play, I don't know, someone that hopefully touches other people and inspires them, someone that's not perfect. That's dealing with I don't know, an internal battle of some sort to try to be the best version of themselves, etc., etc. But there's definitely a whole wide of different characters that I love to play because I'm three-dimensional. Like I'm a clown sometimes, and I have my silly side. So comedy is something that I love, but I can also be really deep and like emotional, and other times I can be really strong. Like there's just different versions of myself, and I think that like and I think that that's something that I would love to explore.
So you said some special needs. So there's a set of brothers in Hollywood called the Farty Brothers that they make it their mission statement to cast special needs actors. So if you've seen There's Something About Mary, what's the one with the two brothers that are conjoined?
Stuck on You.
Stuck on You. Any of those movies by Peter Farty or his brother, the Farty Brothers. That's what they do. They cast people that they've known from their neighborhood in Massachusetts, and they make it their mission to cast special needs people. So,
that's awesome.
Shout out to the Farty Brothers.
Honestly,
and shout out to Rami. They also have someone with special needs on there. I don't know if you guys have watched Rami.
Yo, I love that show.
It's a dope show.
That's a really good show.
And
what's Rami?
It's about a Middle Eastern dude that
he's like dealing with like the religion and him.
He just got his HBO comedy special, so you'll know who he is in like 2 months.
It's in the same.
But he's got a Hulu thing where it's very good.
Yo, it's in like the same vein of like Insecure.
He's doing his
he's dope. He's dope.
He's dope.
And like one of the regulars on the show is special needs, and he's dope too. Yeah.
Oh,
I was so happy to see that. It's the same with Breaking Bad. The kid that has cerebral palsy, and he actually has cerebral palsy. That was like, that meant a lot.
So
I mean, I don't like his character.
The two best shows on television ever written, ever filmed: The Wire and Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
We can argue whoever wants, but those are the two
Entourage,
shows.
baby.
Entourage.
Moving on to our next two questions. So we have a segment where it's called IG Asks, right?
Okay.
So Mr. Jose Salcedo, he asks, that's my boy, I love him. He asks, you have $20 left in your bank account.
Damn, how you know?
That's it. That's all you got.
How the fuck did he know?
How
he know what's in my bank account, though?
Don't worry about that. Jose knows everything. He's the tech guy.
Okay.
You have $20 left.
Okay.
Are you going to the Chimney Truck or to Petco? That was...
wow.
Wait.
Good question.
Wait a minute. That's not right. No.
I'm just saying.
Answer to that.
I need some.
I'm just saying.
I need like a little.
There's $20 left.
Right? $20 left in her bank account.
In that account.
She's an animal lover.
Oh, okay.
Big time. So,
damn, Rick.
She's going to the Chimney Truck or to Petco. $20. It's not my question. Jose asked it. Jose, I love you, bro.
Yo,
Jose. To all the cameras.
No.
No to what?
That's
Petco?
tough, man. No, man. Hold on a second now.
Chimmy's only cost $6.
Yeah, but hold on.
Oh, that's true.
$20. I'm going to add to that because with $20
you can split it, but I got
so it's $20 and you and your team.
Oh.
So they got to make a hardcore decision here.
Word. There you go. That's even better. That's even better.
Like who in your team is going to probably either another Chimney.
That's a good ass question.
There you go.
Or is it the pet shop?
Or is it the Petco? Or Smart, whatever the other one is.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yo, we need an answer.
That was Jose's question.
We need an answer.
You gotta answer the question.
Thank Jose Salcedo.
This is a tough question from Jose Salcedo.
That's true. Your pets ain't gonna watch this shit.
I'm pretty sure they watch it right now.
My dog is really smart, man.
I mean, they're not gonna watch this show.
All right, you know what?
They probably got better taste.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm going to the Chimney Truck.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And my dog is getting some of that.
Some Chimney. All right. That's a good one.
So now you just killed your dog because he's eating sazon dominicano. Answered that question completely wrong.
If the dog
is this Oregon's Trail? My dog just died from eating a chimney?
That's it. You can't.
Your dog died.
Your dog died. You start saying you failed.
Dominican dogs can eat chimneys, man.
Oh, it's true.
Bro,
that's
but
right.
he specifically said Petco, meaning the dog eats dog food. So.
No. Timmy, my grandmother's dog, that dude survived for like 36 years.
He was also named
eating rice and beans.
That's salami.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
But again,
dog food is not good.
Dog food and Chinese food, same thing.
Same thing.
Again, to put it into context, my grandmother's dog, his name was Timmy. After Timothy McVeigh.
What?
Wow.
Nah,
okay.
Impossible.
Yes, it was.
Dropping bombs.
It was literally.
Damn.
So just to give you some insight.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't have her at. I'm sorry, but they also asked. No, not my grandmother. It's at Nana 174. You know that. So the next question was, who was your inspiration? I don't have the at. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But who was your inspiration? Who's someone that inspired you to go into, I guess, music and acting as well?
Oh wow.
Dolly Parton.
Okay.
In music.
I think Mariah Carey was one of them. I had her Daydream album.
Shit, that was a good one.
And I'll tell you a very embarrassing story about that. But I had a crush on this kid from like 4th grade to 8th.
What's his name?
No, we saying his name. No, Karina.
What's his name?
Look at the live camera. What's that dude's
What's
name?
His name?
Hell no.
Nah, what's his name right Tell us, say it. You're in the audience. That you can say it. You can say it.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
JT. Okay, fine. I had his pictures on the wall, but I meant a real person. You know, like in my life.
Just say his name. We don't care. He's not watching this.
I said it.
Don't worry about Karina.
I said it.
She's not gonna say it.
Hear me, jar.
So who was your inspiration besides your high school crush?
No. So the reason I brought
middle school, whatever that is.
It was middle school. The reason I brought it up is because I used to listen to Mariah Carey's album religiously, and I used to talk to this kid like every day. Just not in person. No, but I literally dedicated like one of the songs on the album.
Damn.
What song was that?
I know which one.
Which one?
I know.
From the Daydream
Just say the
album?
song.
Go.
Always Be My Baby.
No.
Oh, which one is
So what was the song?
When I Saw You.
You never listening to that song ever again.
He looked like Aladdin to me, you know. So
Oh.
as soon as I saw him, I was like.
So is Jasmine your dream role now? Is that what you're?
No, it's not. Okay. But Mariah Carey was someone that I used to listen to. Whitney was someone I used to listen to. I did not sound like either of them. I was horrible. It was really bad.
Letting You Go is going to be on the Rick H Show pages featuring me and Karina. Don't listen to the rapping part.
That's when I started getting lessons. Remember, guys, we couldn't afford any lessons, so anything like
Fredo, shout out to Fredo.
Before my training was like it was bad.
It sounded great.
You were good on the,
It's beautiful.
Song.
Rick was horrible.
He was terrible.
Yeah, Rick was horrible.
Thank you. Well, that makes me feel better. Sorry, Rick.
Really
I was Blueface before Blueface and G-Eazy before G-Eazy.
Stop saying that.
You brought it up earlier, so
right.
I'm running with it. I'm running with it. Shout out to Fredo. He recorded the song.
Fredo!
Uptown. Audubon Track Studios.
Audubon Track. So who's your movie actress person that you know?
I think one of the people that really stand out to me was Julia Roberts at the time. Because people just kept bringing her up to me. So when I watched her, she was just so like natural and like so sweet.
She was bad too.
I didn't see it that way.
She was beautiful. Yeah, Julia Roberts? When I was like 9 years old? Yo.
She was beautiful, yeah.
So for the men that are in the audience,
I didn't even know what
if Julia Roberts, clap. I guess they agree.
I love Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, you're gonna have to come to Washington Heights one day.
That was the only horror I didn't have to pay for.
Exactly.
I watched her all the time
on TV.
I didn't know what a hooker was until Julia Roberts.
I still don't.
That Pretty Woman ruined it for a lot of people.
She was great.
So Julia's one. Is there another one?
Of them.
Is that who you inspired to be? The next or even better?
No. I inspired to be Karina Ortiz because my experience on this life is
She got media training like crazy, bro.
Well, my experience is totally different than Julia. Julia had a lot of opportunities that I didn't, especially growing up. So
shout out to Julia though,
and Eric Roberts.
Yeah, but no, my experience is different. So
that's her brother.
I didn't know that. But yeah, my experience is different. So I think I would aspire to be myself.
Yeah.
Is there a Latina actress that you're like, oh my gosh, she's dope?
Oh, there's a lot of them that are dope. I don't aspire to be them, but I admire them because I feel like growing up and not seeing us on TV and me feeling like, what is going on here? I have to do something. Give me one that you saw though that you were like, oh my god. Growing up, the first time I saw Thalia, I used to watch her novelas when she was Mari. That's right.
Okay.
And I think but that was still like
Salma.
Separate from like American TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, that's what I mean, like mainstream.
Salma Hayek was the first one that I sort of saw myself relating to, because she had like the curls in Desperado. She had an accent.
Okay.
So yeah.
But you don't got an accent, though, so.
I have a bit of an accent. It used to be stronger, and I actually wish I still had that accent. I have like a tape of me in 3rd grade talking like this. And
so the tape in the video, we're gonna have it. So
I remember that accent.
So this is the part in our show where we ask the audience. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. A bigger audience. I think the Tommy 5K episode, but I think this is up there. So that's props to you. But this part, we asked the audience to ask Karina a question. Now she don't know what these questions are. They could come out of left field, so they're going to be interesting. I like to start on the right-hand side. Alex is first.
Do you have a question?
Do you have a question or a comment?
Or comment?
I have a question.
Think about it.
If we could come back.
We'll come back. We'll circle back.
My man J Dot is next. J Dot is in the building. Dot shot it.
We're gonna ask all of them.
Yes, everybody.
I thought we were gonna just be like, yo,
you got
we could do a hands.
We'll come back. All right, so whoever has a question, just hands up first. Mark is first. Mark's got the first one.
Do you remember a cassette called Cinderella?
Okay. Damn. That sounds fucking deep.
That sounds personal.
what's the story behind the cassette? What is it?
It's not what it was supposed to be.
What was it?
Whoa.
All right.
You're
right.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, so what was it supposed to be?
I'm going to reiterate.
What was it supposed to be?
Shout out to Mark Kenny. He's here in the building. He just asked, do you remember a cassette called Cinderella? That's all he was.
And he said it in this tone.
VHS.
And he looked so serious.
Yeah, he said it in this tone.
Like he had like a real.
At that time it was VHS.
It was VHS. It was. God, it was a video cassette that said Cinderella on it.
Okay.
And I popped it in the VHS, and it was not. It was a different version of Cinderella.
No.
What kind of Cinderella was it?
So
inappropriate.
No.
I mean, but
wait.
What was Cinderella? What was Cinderella doing though?
What? You can't get off that one like that.
Okay, if you think of Cinderella, there was another VHS. I'm pretty sure it was called Forrest Hump or something. Like it was porn. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, no one told you to touch my stuff.
There you go.
Oh wait, it was G-Code's tape. Oh,
yes, it was.
That makes 100%. That brings it all home for me. Did you watch the whole thing though?
I watched a few seconds of it and I was wait. Well, this is not Cinderella, but what is happening?
Wait. Time out. A few seconds.
I did.
How long? Wait, hold on. I think you're just being like dismissive with it, saying a few seconds.
I'm being dismissive of it. Yeah.
How long into the tape did you go in? Be like, oh my god, I shouldn't be watching. Wait, how old were you?
I was a little kid. I don't remember, but I was terrified of my parents.
Gee, how old she was? You remember this?
She remembers how old it was.
Don't worry about it. Let's go to the next one.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Next question.
On this side, I have a question.
Yes.
What's up?
What was the first song you composed?
Ooh.
The first and last song you composed.
Gosh, maybe it was one of my raps in high school.
Oh, hold on a second. Wait.
You got a 16 ready?
Oh my god.
Wait.
No.
Right.
Oh.
You should never said that right now.
No.
You're gonna have to spit that 16.
No.
And you do remember it.
No.
Just a few bars. 1 bar.
4 bars.
2 bars.
So it was a rap song.
You guys are killing me.
That's terrible.
With this. It's my life.
All right.
You don't want to believe the truth.
So what was the last song you composed?
Okay, oh wow. I think it was probably one that's like on my MySpace or something.
Oh shit.
What's your MySpace name? Let's throw that out there too.
What's that
What's your screen name as well? Let's throw that out there.
What's the MySpace name so that people could go?
Oh, wait. I know the AIM. It was Karina. Her stage name was Karina Star back in the day.
Oh shit, that's right.
Because Estela means star.
Estela means star.
That's
so I know that
name.
one. So you guys can have that. That's a freebie. In the song, it says Rick H featuring Karina Star.
Right.
So you can have that.
Look that up.
That tidbit is probably somewhere on the internet. What was the last song you did? She's never coming back on our show.
Jesus. No, I'll come back. Maybe it was I'm Through or something. It's one of the MySpace ones. I'm Through. Letting You Go is probably still on MySpace. I haven't seen that thing in years.
Yo.
So give me a close up real quick. Giancarlo's her brother. Oh, it's without an S. Giancarlo.
That's right, Giancarlo. It's Italian.
Giancarlo.
I know him as G-Code. Jeff, which is J-Dot, and Mark. We will get the songs for you. It will be on our Instagram.
I have it.
And our Facebook. And we have a website too, so it'll be on there too. Next question.
Next question on this side.
On this side, we're all done on this side? Okay. Moving on to this side right here. Oh, wait. Oh, the brother. Yes. G, you get 2, so give me 2.
Damn.
So we got to speak a little bit about mom and all that.
Yeah. Wait, actually, hold on a second. G, if you don't mind, could you come and sit next to me?
Wait, you
for these 2 questions.
Over here real quick?
Yes.
Yeah,
I want just for the shot. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's what I wanted to do.
So hold on a second. My brother did that on purpose so he could use the bathroom. This is the second time he does that.
Okay.
It's my boy G-Code. He's here. Giancarlo. He'll be here next week. That's the older brother. You get 2 joints, bro. You're the older brother. You get to ask anything.
So we spoke a little bit about, coming
Mom
from
and dad.
Dominican Republic over
Yes.
here, a little bit about my mother and my father, more about my mom. I want her to touch base a little bit about my father and my brother, and what that's like, right? Just because I think that is a subject where we tend to miss a lot, and it's more of the handicap, and sometimes we don't tend to teach the younger generation on what that's like, because growing up bullying was like really crazy dealing with that, right? So I think if we send a message out to just let them know on what that feels like.
It was almost the norm, bullying.
Exactly. So bullying was crazy. Me coming from Washington Heights, picking up my brother, it was so tough, because you hear people making fun of that, and it was so just
upsetting and anger
to intake that, and the anger that I used to carry along for so many times. So I want her, because she followed up more than I did, because I was more the angry person at that time. She's more the at that moment she was more the calm, so she got to intake more from the outside, and she was able to see that in. So I want her to just
your brother.
Introduce us to that.
First of all, what's your brother's name? Because we said your brother.
Yeah.
I mean, Giancarlo's the older brother. He's the one that watched her. What's your brother's name?
Frank. But we call him Frankie.
Frank. No,
Frankie.
To the world he's Frank. Okay. You don't have that privilege yet.
Oh.
Like he's
boundaries and shit?
No, I'm dead serious. Like if people introduce Ricardo, how you doing? Like you're not gonna call me Rick. I don't know you. So Frank. Shout out to Frank.
He likes Frankie though.
He likes Frankie.
He likes Frankie.
Frankie.
Then I fucked it up. Then shout out to Frankie.
Yes.
Shout out to Frankie, y'all. Come on, y'all. So how old is Frankie? And just give us your rebuttal to your brother's question.
Frankie's 32.
Okay.
And growing up, we did definitely experience the bullying, and I have the earliest memory when I was just I was really confused.
Okay.
Because we were walking down the street. It was me, my mom, and Frankie. And the stroller that he had, he was probably around 7 or 8. And the stroller we had was a special stroller. My mom was like pushing him. It was a really beautiful day in the summer. And then there was these 2 kids that were outside playing.
Where exactly? Paint that picture.
Yeah, it was 174th Street. No, between 174th and 175th on Fort Washington. And they were unsupervised. You know what I'm saying? Causing a ruckus, doing whatever they wanted to do.
Wadsworth, baby.
It was Fort Washington.
They didn't let us go.
But anyway, so they were outside, you know, doing whatever they were doing, and then they saw my brother, and they stopped playing, and they started yelling stuff like, "Look at the baby on the stroller. What a baby, mama's boy," etc., etc. And that was the first time that like I had somebody like say something about my brother, like, and I'll never forget that day.
How old were you?
Like
I was about 10. Yeah. I was about 10 years old, 9. And
Frankie's older than you.
He's 2 years younger.
2 years younger.
Yeah.
Oh, so we know
Gio's
Karina's
3 years.
We know Karina's age.
That's all right. I'm alive to tell it, so it's all good.
Good.
I'm blessed. But so that was tough for me because it was the first time that I saw someone treating my brother like he was less than, and I just didn't understand why they would make fun of him. Like growing up with him, he was my brother, my normal little brother who needed assistance with some things, and when they said something like that, it was kind of like this moment that I realized that like people saw him differently. And not in a good way.
What was your response to them?
I wanted to beat them up.
What did you say to your parents afterwards?
I wanted to beat them up, and I expressed to my mom my anger, and she said to ignore them. But I was so angry, and obviously there's moments in your life that you never forget. That was one of them for me. And then,
but your mom gave you like wise words.
Yeah, she did. My mom.
At that point, you don't understand, but
I didn't understand. I just wanted to beat them up. Like I just had that anger. And then me and Gio used to beat each other up, so that seemed like the right kind of punishment. That was my experience.
Why did you beat them up?
Hold on a second.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Is that how you do things? You just beat Karina up? Like that's how y'all
got her. Look, she did one time. I did the run behind her like I'm a. She did a spin move in the air, right?
So
and
you were
landed in the
just
bed. Her legs was up, and I said, right in the. And that day, from that day on, I never.
That was a lesson.
But she learned, though. She learned.
Never forgot that moment either. He cried.
So we're gonna go circle back to Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff got a question.
Dot shot it, by the way.
Can she name the original members of Destiny Child?
Yes.
Woo! No. I can't.
No.
Original.
The original?
Yes.
Definitely not.
Not no replacements. It was like 5.
I will not lie about it.
All right, if you want, we could do that.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, G.
This is my favorite.
Giancarlo. I keep. You see, I'm not the only one. Giancarlo. We'll be back next week.
Yes.
So, to Jeff's question, you gotta name the 4 members of Destiny Child.
No, Beyonce, Kelly.
You could just press the eject button, you know.
Latavia. Oh yeah.
Thank you. Whoa.
Latavia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kelly Rowland?
I was not.
Who were you in that?
I was Beyonce.
Wait, that was your favorite band?
All right.
That was your favorite group?
It wasn't. Yes.
What was your favorite group going on then?
Oh my God. I have a hard time with favorites.
TLC.
Boys to
I'm
Men.
sorry.
Mariah
Okay,
Carey.
yes. I'll go with Boys to Men. Thank you.
So,
Cause
thank you.
Time's gonna rough you and everything you ain't anything.
Thank you to Jeff for that question. You got it now, Alex?
Well, you know what it is? I know almost just about everything about her.
Damn.
So if I ask her a question, I don't put her on the spot. It would just be blowing up the spot.
I got you, brother. I got you.
That's what we're here for.
So, on this side, is there another question? Yes, Erica Sanchez, publicist for TheRickHShow and CEO of Braidcom. Yes, you have a question?
What?
Erica Sanchez, again. At Erica Sanchez.
At Erica Sanchez.
At Erica Sanchez NYC.
Pongan el café.
Yes.
Just saying. Pongan el café, cabal.
Do you feel that there are plenty of opportunities for you in New York, or do you feel that at some point you?
Nah, she going to LA. She don't even know who I am now, so she going to LA.
What it is that you want to achieve, like the next level?
She saw G. She saw G. She was like, "Oh my God! Oh, that's right. You're my brother." So.
No, I feel like
sir.
New York has a lot of shows going on right now. A lot of opportunity with shows. Some film. LA, I think, is heavy on film. I'd potentially like to be bi-coastal at some point. But I don't feel like there's a lack of opportunity here. I auditioned for stuff that tapes all over the world from New York. But I don't know. I mean, I went out to LA for a few months before to try it out there, and it was nice. But there's no place like New York. Yeah. The weather in the winter sucks. But yeah.
We'll take one last question from the gentleman in the back.
So, as artists, we face disappointment all the time, and so sometimes maybe a scene's not working for you at that point, or like maybe rehearsal's not working for you, maybe they get a part. What's your process of like pushing through that?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
My brother, I appreciate that question. I really like that. I like that one.
And I like that shirt.
Yeah. You can really get in your head if you let yourself get in your head. When it comes to like shooting stuff like that, like you have to do whatever it's gonna take for you to get out of your head, because you're your own worst enemy. And once you start focusing on, like I beat myself up a lot, and that's something I'm working on. But like when you focus on that, you're no longer focused on what you need to be doing, actually. So now you're focused on something that's not even really happening. You're stuck in your head. So it's really getting out of your head. So whether it takes listening to a song to kind of hype you up, whether it takes meditating, whether it takes acknowledging that you're in your head, which we don't even do sometimes. We don't even acknowledge that we're in our head. But just acknowledging it is powerful, because then you can tell yourself, oh, yeah, I'm in my head. And that's all that is. That's not reality. You know what I'm saying? And I think for something like Long Road Home, which is based on a true story, and I was playing an actual person, I did go through like either meditations before I shot, or I would listen to songs to get me where I needed to be. And I just didn't focus on the other stuff. Like, I remember being nervous as hell because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to perform. Like, what if I don't get there? And then I was like, okay, I know this is all bullshit. This is just all bullshit. And if I focus on the bullshit, I'm gonna act on the bullshit, as opposed to like letting that go and being like, well, that doesn't really exist.
Oh,
that's bullshit.
You set yourself up for it. I'm sorry.
Huh?
Letting You Go. A song title to our song.
Yo, that's a song.
You just set yourself up for it.
It's gonna be available on Spotify tomorrow.
I'm dead at putting it on iTunes. I'm sorry.
Do we have it?
I'm sorry. Just finish it.
Wait,
I do have that song. I will put it on.
Hold on, you got really like into that role then. Is that your
She did The Long Road Home. Nat Geo On Demand.
That role really meant a lot to me. Margarita.
That's the one that stood out the most to you?
Because I learned so much. Like, I was in Texas for a bit. I really learned about like military families and what their experience is like. Whatever you feel about war, whether you're for it or against it, like these families still have to deal with what they deal with. And I did not realize the kind of livelihood and experiences that these people deal with that we don't even think about. Like, we'll look at the news, we'll look at like war stuff happening, but we don't even think about the families. Really think about the family, like until you see something. And that's why it's really important to tell stories.
So how can I watch The Long Road Home? Like,
Nat Geo app.
It's on right now?
Yeah, it's a mini series. It's 8 episodes. It came out 2 years ago or last year.
2017.
Nominated for an Imagen Award.
So there you go.
That's what they call it.
Imagen Award. It is out. It came out on 2017. It's on Nat Geo On Demand if you want to see it.
Yeah.
She's also on a little show on Netflix called Orange is the New Black. AMC also has an On Demand. I mean, surprise. There's stuff that you can see whenever you want. She was on Turn, Washington Spies. Also on Royal Pains on the US. And Blue Bloods, I think that's CBS. Is that a network that exists?
Yeah, I think it's CBS.
So, I want to thank our audience for coming out. Big round of applause. I want to thank a good friend of mine from college and from the neighborhood, Karina Ortiz.
Coming through.
Karina Star. And
we want to thank these guys.
She's local. We wanted local for the sponsor.
Cheers.
So cheers, Dykeman Beer Company.
Bang.
And honestly.